Good morning, boys and girls. This video is for Monday, May 18th. So I'm going to start by reading our big book, our last big book of the year, which is Panda Kindergarten. And the author is Joanne Ryder, the author. She wrote the book. And the photos are by Dr. Catherine Fenton. So there are photos. That means these are pictures taken. It's not illustrations, which are drawings. Okay, here we go. Lighting is better like this. Okay, so let's look at our table of contents. Panda Kindergarten is an informational text that has to do with science. So we're going to be getting information. It's nonfiction, and that's on page 4. Save Big Blue is on page what? 34. We're just going to do Panda Kindergarten 2. Here we go. One panda cub is a sight to see. 2 panda cubs together is rare. But imagine seeing 16 young giant pandas all at once. Meet a panda kindergarten class at the Wolong Nature Reserve in China, where pandas are protected, loved, and given great care. Oh my goodness, look at that. It's amazing. Each cub is born in a cozy room on a soft bed of straw. A newborn cub is fuzzy and pink. After a few weeks, it starts to look like its black and white mother. So cute. An ever so big mother panda carries her ever so tiny baby, holding it firmly but tenderly. She guides her new cub, which cannot see her, to rest her broad furry chest and drink her fresh milk. All the young cubs are watched over by their mothers and by kind, trained people. Pandas often have twins, but a mother can care for only one cub at a time. The other twin needs to be fed and kept healthy and protected in a nearby panda nursery. What do you think they're doing here? Probably weighing the panda, right? To see how much the panda weighs. As the small bear grows, the skilled and helpful people and the mother panda swap cubs. So each twin gets constant care and both share time with their mother. With such a loving team, each panda cub grows and grows. Slowly, its eyes open wide, and it begins to see its mother's furry face and other faces full of smiles. When the panda cubs are big enough to leave their nursery and their mothers, they are ready to have new adventures and to make new friends in Panda Kindergarten. Here come the kindergarteners. Look at them go. The young pandas have their own panda playground, full of places where cubs can swing and climb and play with their new friends. Pandas that play together may learn to be comfortable with each other as cubs and as adults. In their outdoor playground, the curious cubs learn exciting things about their world. They discover snow is cold and very slippery. Pandas always find new ways to play, like tugging and tearing and touching their toes. To a panda cub, almost anything can be a toy. Bolder and stronger, cubs try new things, climbing high and dangling until It's time for lunch in the panda kindergarten. With so much to do and so much to discover, lively little bears start feeling tired and sleepy. It's time for cubs to take a nap. The young pandas will be together in panda kindergarten for about a year. As they grow older, some will stay in their safe Wolong home and have cubs of their own. One day, some may be chosen to leave and live in the bamboo forests in the tall, misty mountains nearby. Then the rare pandas born in Wolong would roam free and wild, able to use the skills they learned when they were small. Learning from each other and from the people who care for them, the pandas born in Wolong are on a special journey that gives hope to pandas everywhere and to all who love them. The end. So that's our next story that we'll read another time. So that is our last big book of the year. So I'm going to share the screen to go over our essential question of the week. So look what we will be talking about this week. Save the planet. What are these kids doing to save the planet? Planting a tree. That looks like actually a pine tree. So our essential question is, what ideas can you suggest to protect the environment? So think about that. What are ideas you can suggest to protect the environment? Well, we could reduce, reuse, recycle. We could plant trees like these kids are. We could protect animals like they did in Panda Kindergarten. So there's many things we could do. And look at what our weekly concept is, protect our earth. So we're going to focus on ways to protect our earth. So we're going to do our weekly opener.
Protect our earth. What ideas can you suggest to protect the environment? There are many ways to protect the environment. People create wildlife reserves for animals that are endangered, like this white rhino. On a wildlife reserve, an animal's habitat is protected. Another way to protect the environment is to keep it clean. These children pick up trash and recycle bottles. Keeping the community park clean helps the environment. When we save water, it helps the environment too. This girl doesn't waste water. She turns off the water while she brushes her teeth.
That's reducing.
What ideas do you have to protect the environment?
So if you want, you could pause this video and take a second to discuss it with someone near you, either a brother or sister, or a mommy or daddy, however ways you can protect the environment. We've talked a lot about that when we did Earth Week. So you should have some ideas when it comes to that. Okay, so that is that. So I am going to go over the agenda for this week. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I'm going to go over the agenda. Let me skip. Hold on. I'm not sure if it's sharing it correctly, so I'm going to try again. Okay. Hold on, let me move it down. There it is. Okay, so we in science are going to start talking about mammals. So remember a KWL chart? A KWL chart, K stands for know. What do you know about this? W stands for what do you want to learn? So what do you know? What do you want to know? And the end is KWL. What did you learn? L stands for learn. Okay, so for today's journal, look at the journal for today. What do you know about mammals? What do you know about mammals? Now, I don't want you to watch the brain pop. If you already watched the brain pop video, that's fine. But try to tell me what you know before you start learning everything about it. Well, Chloe already did her journal and she only knew one thing. She knew that mammals were
animals. And then I did my brain pop.
But don't tell them. Don't tell them yet.
And then I did easy quiz and I got 5 out of 5.
Very good. Okay, cross it out. Do the next thing. Good job, Chloe. Okay, so what do you know about mammals? Tell me any facts that you know. Maybe if you know a specific animal, that's a mammal. Maybe if you know certain characteristics of mammals, anything you know. You don't have to ask your parents. If you know just one thing, just write that one thing, whatever you know. Okay, for spelling and sight words, you're just going to read and review your spelling and sight words today. If you want to start on Spelling City, you can. Okay, for reading, you're doing iReady. We're back to 45 minutes of iReady a week. So you could do 10 to 15 minutes today. You're also going to remember every day you should be reading, every day. So today you could reread Panda Kindergarten. I just read it with you now, and then just read it another time. That's our last big book. Or you could read any other book. For math.
I'm gonna go back.
Okay.
Things to do.
Things to do, just do 12.5. Don't do the test today, okay?
E-textbook for you guys too.
Thank you, Chloe.
E-textbook.
So for
It's by iReady.
For math, you're going to do iReady. Remember the 45 minutes a week, but you're also going to, hold on, let me get this here. You're going to do our last lesson in our book, which is 12.5. I'm going to show you here. For 12.5, we are going to discuss graphs. We're going to learn to read graphs, which again, this chapter is pretty easy. I know this is pretty easy for you guys. So look here. This is the graph. It tells you some of them are going to be red, some of them are going to be yellow. This is not part of, this is just telling you the red ones go here, the yellow ones go here. Inside that table is where you would start counting. So how many red ones are there? Well, let's look inside the graph. 1, 2, 3, 3 red. How many yellow? Look inside the graph. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then they wrote 4 there. If you have your math book at home, you could do these activities to help you figure it out. You have this in your book as well. And then you would count here. It says counter colors. How many are yellow? How many are red? Which one do we have more of? Well, if you look at the graph, you can see there's more yellow, so you would circle yellow. Okay, so it's just reading a graph. The essential question is, how can you read a graph to count objects that have been classified into categories? So reading a graph. That's what you are doing. So today you're just doing the interactive lesson for 12.5, which is reading graphs if you want to get a head start and do math on the spot, which is the video. And the 12.5 homework, you can. That would be Monday and Tuesday's assignments. For science, you are going to do the Brain Pop Junior video, mammals, and the easy quiz. Remember, they've changed up how we do Brain Pop. You go to the student portal first, dadeschools.net, go to your portal, then you go to apps, and you look for Brain Pop. If you click on the little star there, and you highlight it and put it yellow, it'll be on the bottom, just like I did for your iReady. It'll be on the bottom, so you have that little shortcut. Then you're gonna go to dashboard, and you should see the assignment that I assigned you. Mammals, make sure you go to well, I think if you go to dashboard, it'll show you. But whenever you log in, it'll just take you to brainpop.com. But remember, kinder through 2nd grade does brainpopjunior.com. But if you go to dashboard, you'll see the assignment and you don't even have to worry about changing it up. Okay, so you're gonna watch the video of mammals so you start learning a bit about mammals, because some of you might not know much. Like Chloe didn't know much. All she knows is they're animals. But there's a lot more you need to know about mammals. And then you're gonna take the easy quiz. Okay, that's for science. For social studies, you're just going to continue that interview. Remember, we've been talking about how things have changed throughout time. You've changed throughout time. Animals change throughout time in their life cycle. So you're going to interview a grandparent or your parent, but try to get someone old in your family because they'll have more history to give you. And then you're just going to ask them the questions that I sent you last week. And you just jot down a few notes after they talk. Some of you already sent it to me on Class Dojo, so you don't have to do it today. So we're just doing timeline presentations this week and finishing your interview to a family member. If you haven't finished your Mayan books that we did last week, you're going to do that this week as well. There's only 2 books on there that talks about how things have changed. Okay, that is it. And then en español, you're going to read one of the books in Mayan under the project Animales. You're going to read one of those books, just one. So, ahora que vamos a repasar animales. Okay. Okay, hopefully you could see it here. So, vamos a repasar animales. So, animals, all types of animals, animals. So, repite, gato. Your turn. Make sure you say it. Cerdo. Pato. Perro. Caballo. Vaca. Gallina. Gallina is a chicken, but it's actually the hen, so the female chicken. Conejo. Ratón. León. Elefante. Tortuga. Jirafa. Repeat. Jirafa. Mono. Ballena, which is a whale, ballena. Y abeja. Abeja, which is a bee. Okay, vamos a hacer un página aquí. Cat. So in English, cat. En español, ¿cuál es? Gato, caballo o perro? What do you think? Tell me. ¿Cuál es? En español? Gato. Muy bien if you said gato. Sorry. Oh, I just gave you the answer to the next one. El segundo, perro. Dog, perro. Let's go to the next one. It says pig. En español, ¿cómo se dice pig? Cerdo. Cerdo. Y el último, this is a duck in English, pero ¿cómo lo dices en español? Pato, gato, cabra. What do you think? ¿Qué crees? Pato, pato. Okay, so let me go back to our schedule. So you're going to read one of the Mayan books under Animales, and that's it for today. Okay? Have a good day, guys. See you later.